Hello, Internet. This is Handsome Dan, and we are playing Mini Motorways. It's a game by the creators of Mini Metro. And the last time I did this game, we did one of the cities that I'd never done before, was Wellington. And we actually got a pretty good score. That was in the top third of scores for this game. I'm not going to try. I'm not the sort of player that tries to get a record, but that's not a bad score. And these other two maps are ones that I've never done. So Warsaw, I don't know much about the geographical layout of Warsaw, so let's give this a try. Game is a pretty simple concept. This is a business of some sort. These are houses. Houses like to go to that business. And at some point since this game came out, I became, somebody clued me in a video of some sort, that as much as you can keep the roads set up so that yellow houses only have the option to go to yellow businesses and so forth, you're less likely to end up with traffic jams. Normally, the way I've always done these maps is set up a normal grid system like you would see in any city in the country, or in this case, in a different country. And then just deal with all the traffic jams of, let's say there's a greenhouse over here and a green business over here, and they have to go through all these intersections. Well, those intersections jam up. Every time you pick up one of these passengers, we'll see this, whatever color that is, teal, I suppose, picks them up and we get a point. And in the last video you saw about 1,600, just under, and that's a pretty good score. Above 1,000 isn't bad. And on the last map, at the end of the video, we took a look at the record holders, and the top score was about 4,500. And the problem we had was there were it was yellow, it was this color, two yellow businesses very close to each other, and they were interfering with each other, just causing traffic jams in the entranceways to both buildings. And each week, it's Saturday right now, now it's Sunday, it says in the upper right. Each week as it ends, you get an option between a couple of choices. Right now we have 14 road tiles we can use and 2 bridges. And I'll talk about this turn changing in a second. Basically, it upgrades the circle, it generates more trips. Now here's our choice. We can either take a roundabout or some traffic lights. Both of these are traffic calming measures in intersections. And we hope to have not very many intersections. In practice, we end up having some because we aren't able to keep things as separate as we'd like. But we'll take the roundabout because if we do happen to have an intersection, that's the better way to deal with it. The next building is over here, as it probably is likely to be. We'll get an opportunity to use some bridges. They are totally automatic. That looks like a Band-Aid or something. I like to minimize the number of intersections, and putting them all, even if it's an 8-way intersection, it minimizes the number of intersections. For the same reason I have this intersection a little bit of a ways away from here. It's actually sort of new. I play on night mode, and it's actually sort of new that the cars actually have headlights on night mode. That's a fairly recent patch. I assume this river is pronounced Wisła or something like that. The L with a slash through it. I guess I don't know how you pronounce that. The W is probably pronounced like a V, like it is in German. But that's all a guess. Even though my family is part Polish, it's over 100 years ago that they came to this country. And so I don't speak Polish. And there's using up one of our bridges. We have a lot of places that can supply yellow businesses. I'm calling this yellow. I guess it's kind of an orange, but we can call it yellow, which is weird because I have a couple videos up of playing Portal and I was calling them purple. Or calling that color purple. So obviously when I was playing Portal I was having a stroke or something. I don't know. You saw I picked a bridge for the new week. I have the feeling as we cross these many times, we're going to need the bridges. We still don't have 100 points, which is why this game seems so simple at this point. I do want to suggest, if you are enjoying these videos, if you enjoy this type of content, please click like, please subscribe to the video. Whatever ads YouTube showed you when you started this video, or even during the video, I'm not sure how that works at this point. I don't get a cut of those. This is a new channel, so I don't get any cut of the videos until I have more subscribers. So your subscription can help us reach that point so that all of your ad watching money doesn't go to YouTube or to Google. I don't know how you feel about that, but I enjoy getting a bigger chunk of that money. I'm going to leave that alone. Right now, I don't think we need more trips over here. Plus, we don't have a really easy way of getting these connected into this teal section. I mean, we could make a road all the way around here, and we might. So far, we don't particularly need it. These 5 houses have been able to supply these 2 buildings. They may not continue to be able to. If you saw on the last map, one of the... we never really had a problem. Even though we left some things like this, we never really had a problem supplying enough vehicles to go to all the buildings. The problem we had was in traffic jams. For example, well, okay, here's an issue. Here's a situation. If we cross that, then we'd have 2 different colors. Crossing and perhaps causing a traffic jam. Bridge or a motorway? I'm going to take a motorway. Motorways are kind of cool because you can place one end, drag the other end to wherever you want. You're not using up a bridge. You can cross whatever. And they go super fast over that road. And if I need to connect these cars to this teal section, I'll probably use a motorway to do it. The other possibility is that I get a, let's say, red house over here, or red business over here, and some red houses up here. It might make the most sense to connect them with a motorway. Roundabout, I'm not actually going to place it, but that's what a roundabout would look like. Those do help for calming traffic jams. So far, that's not a traffic jam. There is a limit, though. Like, for example, I can't place a roundabout right here, even though eventually I may need one. If I decide I want one there, I'll probably redesign. Actually, I could redesign the bridge right now. Now, well, I still can't place a roundabout, but now it's because of the bridge. White. Um, this already started as a circle, which probably means I'm going to need to drive um, more houses into it. Traffic lights or bridge. I guess I'll take a bridge. So now I got 4 houses going this way and 3 houses going this way. That went from a square to a circle, so more teal trips. I may end up needing to feed this into here. As the trips fill up on here, I think that can hold 6 trips, or 6 passengers. If it fills up, then a timer starts. Ooh. And if the timer fills up, then it's game over. This, just because of the distance, would be a candidate for a motorway. And because it would save us 2 bridges. I'm out of road tiles, so I hope I don't have to do anything fancy between now and Sunday. Well, I need to connect this into here, but I can't really do that right now. This would be a crazy bridge if it existed in real life with the S-bend in the middle. I mean, you could do that as long as it wasn't as long as you didn't need to get ships and stuff underneath. And I don't know if this river is navigable. I assume it is. Most European cities that sit on rivers, the rivers are or were navigable. Bridge or road tiles, I'll take the bridge. You know, since this road used up 2 of them. Still not at a score where we'd really expect to be under a lot of stress, and, you know, of course we aren't. Knock wood and everything. I talked about it briefly in the other video, but it actually can make sense to do stuff like that to prevent any more of these businesses from spawning. You know, I got to assume that the game has a... You know, since it's kind of cheating, I've got to assume that the game has a workaround for that. Maybe I'll make a video specifically where I attempt that. You know, these buildings have to be, let's see, if I do that, you can see the grid. The buildings are all either 3x2 or down at the bottom here, 2x3. And then there's a bigger pad that can show up that holds 2 buildings at once. But if you make it so that there's not any 3x2 or 2x3 areas, then no buildings can show up. And actually, I did leave a 3x2 there. And who knows, maybe that's a way to get a 5,000 score. Uh, don't need another roundabout, but I could use more tiles. Well, that's easy. Probably need to connect this, though. Oh, this is kind of bad. Well, I think it means we just need to connect that. I don't like it. Now we're likely to get some traffic in here. Can I fit a roundabout here? Yes. 400 rides gives us a achievement. Something just happened. The screen's paused for a second. Wonder what it would look like if I put a traffic light here with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way interchange. What I'm thinking is if I have the teal cars split up here, then there's less of an intersection here. Roundabout or bridge. I don't have any bridges, so I guess that's what I'm going to do. Ideally, there'd be another yellow house somewhere we could connect to this. I don't think one house is going to cover it. Certainly not if it turns into a circle. This is concerning also. If I had a motorway, I'd probably connect this into this. Leave that alone. I have plenty of green houses. They're not real close to this. I'm really hoping it's Saturday. I'm really hoping that Sunday gives us a motorway. All right, there it is. No motorway. Roundabout or traffic lights. Now, the traffic lights really didn't help us on the last map, but where we need the roundabout, we can't fit it. Maybe if we use the traffic lights preemptively. You know, we don't really have a huge traffic jam there yet. That just turned into a circle. That's not too worrisome. Purple we're keeping up with. We could use some more teal houses, which is why I really want a motorway to connect this to probably here. Don't need 5 houses feeding this one building. Oh. But actually, these teals are keeping up with this, not real well. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. No, it's not going to work. Well, it could work. Okay, that's segregated, which will actually help us, I think. I didn't realize I could actually segregate these. Oh, I guess I better fix that. Motorway. I think I'm still going to connect this. Aesthetically, I'd like this bridge to go one there and then come down, but it's not worth playing with. Teal we're catching up on. Green could use some more help. And I think the way to do that would be if we get a motorway to connect this into here. 900 points now. This is the point where it wouldn't be that surprising if we hit the end game. The last time we did this, we did Wellington, and we were able to get to about 1,600. And the issue, the way this was all clogging up with the teal and purple together, that was the issue. We had yellow and I think it was green piling up together. But it was a slightly different color green than that, and the yellow was a slightly different yellow than that. This is actually that white, so it's this color. Oh, so we could actually connect it to this if we wanted to. You know what? I'm not going to, because it creates an intersection and slows the cars down. Traffic lights didn't help us before. Let's take a bridge. $1,000 points gets its achievement, Warsaw commuter. If any of you live in Warsaw, I suspect your actual road network doesn't look very much like this. Midweek, I was thinking we might get I think thought we might get a motorway already. Huh. White. Well, a thing we could do. I'm actually surprised that worked as well as it did there. We could take this group and route them this way, creating another intersection up here at the cost of, or at the benefit of speeding this area up. Roundabout or bridge? I guess I'll take a bridge. Was hoping for a motorway. Could redo this into a four-way. Oh, not anymore. Aren't too many other places where a building could show up. I guess here and here. Technically there. But we can put a stop to that. I'm looking for other places a building could show up. Not seeing any, unless we zoom out a little bit more. And we can keep up with this. I'd really like to do something with the green. It's Sunday, maybe we'll get a motorway. Nope, roundabout or a bridge. Don't particularly need either one. Have a nice sip of coffee. I made a joke recently that so many of these videos include me mentioning my coffee, refilling my coffee or whatever, that I should be sponsored by Folgers. And I was joking, but if you know a guy. I think we can maintain this more or less forever. But if they start increasing the speed at which passengers show up at the various businesses, we won't be able to keep up with that. Oh, interesting. Oh, there's a lock. I usually play with the lock on Mini Metro, which is sort of similar. Similar layout, same company made both games. Dinosaur Polo Club, which is an odd name for a business, but it's not my business. I don't get a say in what they name it. Just making sure no new areas for buildings showed up. This is keeping up with the green. I'd like it to be doing a better job, but it's keeping up. $1,600, almost $1,700. That's better than we did in the last one of these videos. Bridge or roundabout? I didn't see what just showed up. Oh, it must be down here. This house connected into that. Which is, isn't terrible. I could also do that. Just the idea is prevent buildings from showing up. This is starting to get crowded. It doesn't look like it's a traffic issue that they aren't getting picked up. It just looks like they're generating a lot of rides. Can I put a roundabout here? Yes, let's do that. Theoretically, that keeps cars from interfering with one another. In practice, you can still overwhelm a roundabout. Hopefully that doesn't happen since all the cars going in here are the same color. Yeah. That building means we can get rid of that blocker. That building means we can get rid of that blocker. It's Sunday. Still would like to do something here, connect that, but if we don't get a motorway, that's fine. Warsaw driver for 2000. It'd be nice if there was a special tool. Maybe it was a thing you got on Sundays, or you had an option of on Sundays, to move houses or even just destroy houses. Getting a timer here. Let's see what just popped. It's probably okay. Timer here. It would be nice to get another blue into here. Probably not that necessary. If anything's going to be a problem, it's this white. And the only thing I could really think to do about it would be to drive a freeway up here. Who knows? Maybe they'll give us one on Sunday. It is Sunday. Hey, a motorway. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. Actually, I'll put that roundabout back. Well, it's got to show back up. Oh, actually, we can delete all this. Could put another round. Yeah, could put that roundabout back here. You know, it occurred to me just now. Normally, when I record a new game, I need to turn the music off so that YouTube doesn't demonetize it for copyright reasons. And I didn't do that here, so I must have found the music annoying sometime in the past. This is going to be an issue. It's connected to pretty much all the blue that we can reach. So this might be what kills the game right here. And there it goes. 2529. That's actually pretty good. Exit to menu, and we can see how well we did relatively. And relatively speaking, we didn't even do as well as we did in Wellington, despite a much higher score. And it looks like the top end scores are in the 7,500 range. So instead of this, we were in the top 30%. Here we're in the top 35%. Still felt like a pretty darn good score. We may do this in the next video. I know darn little about Thailand. And I'm not sure I've ever heard of that city name. But until then, we will see you next time, Internet. Have fun. Don't work too hard, and have a good night.